What's up, Raider Nation? Welcome back to my channel. On today's episode, we're going to talk about the Josh Jacobs trade rumors and also what to expect against the Cowgirls on the last dress rehearsal of the preseason. So, let's go! Welcome back, Raider Nation. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. And also, if you're already subscribed, hit that like, hit that bell, and leave me a comment and let me know if you like what I'm doing or if you don't. Well, as you guys can see, we back in the lab, guys. I'm back at home, back in the studio. I'm back from vacation, but yet I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. But I had to come out with a video for you guys, for the subs, for the fans, for the Raider Nation, baby. I had to do it for y'all. Well, as you guys might have known, the Miami Dolphins reached out to our Las Vegas Raiders for a potential trade regarding Josh Jacobs. And what did we do? We picked up that phone and we clicked on their ass. We ain't fucking trading Josh. Hell no, baby. This comes after the fact that they tried to phone the Colts and get Jonathan Taylor. Man, they hungry for a running back right now. And why not? They trying to get one of the best running backs in all the land. And we got him. Quite frankly, we own his rights, but he ain't signed to us. Hopefully he signs that franchise tag before week 1. Vic Tafur came out on the Rich Eisen show and stated that he expected Josh Jacobs to sign that franchise tag before week 1 and for him to be there. But what did Josh Jacobs do? He came out with a tweet. He said, damn, I don't remember saying that. But after he tweeted that out, he deleted it. And who knows if his agent told him to do that or if he just had second thoughts and just regretted saying that altogether. But nevertheless, I expect Josh Jacobs to be back week 1. There ain't no way in hell that he's going to miss out on his money this year. He ain't going to pull a Le'Veon Bell and sit out the whole year. Why? Because we own his rights. And if he were to hold out next year, we would have to start this process all over again. We would have to potentially give him a long-term deal or we would have to franchise tag him. So quite frankly, he's going to be a Raider, guys, for either at least one more year. So as you guys may know, we got a big game today, baby. It's war day. We got the Raiders versus the Cowgirls. So what do I expect in this last dress rehearsal? Well, first and foremost, the most important thing is that I don't want to see no injuries. You know, we already lost Darian Butler, an up-and-coming linebacker, to the whole season. He tore his ACL, so he's out for the whole season. You know, he was progressing very well this offseason. I was loving what I was seeing against the Rams and the Niners. So his season's going to be cut short. And he's on the IR, and we'll see him next year. So that really sucks because we already have a depleted linebacker room. I think the linebacker room is the weakest out of all the position groups on our roster. So let's see who steps up. Is it going to be Amari Burney, Luke Masterson, Drake Thomas? I love what I've been seeing out of Drake Thomas. An undrafted free agent out of North Carolina State. He's been killing it. Hopefully he can answer the bell. If he could step up and have a great game, this game against the Dallas Cowboys, who knows? Maybe he could be a sleeper and make that 53-man roster. And also another thing that I want to see is I don't want to see any turnovers or any penalties. That's been the common thing all preseason, guys. No turnovers, no penalties, and no injuries. In order for us to be successful, you can't beat yourself. It's already hard enough beating your opponent, and you can't go into the game beating yourself by doing turnovers and by doing stupid penalties. So let's keep the penalties down to a minimum so we don't keep that trending into the season. And, we put up 34 points these last 2 preseason games. So I want to see that trend to continue. If we could put up another 25, 30 points on a great Cowboys defensive team, that would be pretty huge going into the season. That'll give us and Raider Nation a lot of confidence going into the season, into week 1 against the Denver Broncos. A player that I hope to see is Jimmy Garoppolo. We're a little bit more than 2 weeks out into our first regular season game, and I want to see Jimmy at least get 1 or 2 series in. I want to see him to continue to knock that rust off, to get a little familiar with his receivers, with his offensive line. Josh McDaniels really learned from last year. Last year, he didn't play any of his starters on offense. And this year, he's learned from that. He's let most of his starters play a series or 2 in the preseason. So, that's a good sign from Josh McDaniels. A lot of people are saying that he hasn't changed since Denver. And quite frankly, that's bullshit. He has changed, guys. It ain't the same old Josh from his Denver days or even from his Patriot days. Another big name I want to see is AOC. He's been tearing it up. this preseason? Can the trend continue? Can he continue to impress Raider Nation? Can he continue to impress all of the NFL world? You know, Colin Cowherd stated that he's the best backup in the NFL. That's crazy. A rookie, a fourth-round rookie, you know, out of Purdue that no one had on their draft board. Time and time again, I've been saying he broke Drew Brees' record. So he's really came under the radar. He's very humble. He's everything that you look for in a leader, in a person that you want to be the quarterback of your franchise. So everything that I've seen from AOC has been perfect, guys. So let's hope this trend continues, because if, God forbid, Jimmy gets hurt in the season and Aiden O'Connell's number is called, I'm not going to be nervous if he goes in. And I'm pretty sure Raider Nation will feel very comfortable with him going in if Jimmy G were to get hurt. And also a position group that I think we have to keep an eye on is the receiver group. You know, who's going to be that fourth receiver? Is it going to be a Keelan Cole, a Philip Dorsett, a DeAndre Carter, a Trey Tucker, or even Christian Wilkinson? All these guys have shined in their own individual way this preseason. You know, Trey Tucker has dropped some passes, but then again, he's been able to bounce back and make some big catch. He's got a great rapport with Aiden O'Connell. So let's see if he could step up this game. Also, Philip Dorsett. We haven't seen enough out of Philip Dorsett in my eyes. You know, I think he's caught about 3 or 4 balls this preseason. I want to see more. I want to see him more involved in this offense. I expect Philip to get a lot of reps this game against the Cowboys. And also, another receiver that's been doing very well with Aiden is Christian Wilkinson. This guy also looks like he has a great rapport with Aiden O'Connell. So he's a sleeper that could possibly make this 53-man roster, that I personally wouldn't be shocked if he would make it. So we have a lot of depth at the wide receiver position, and that's a great problem to have. That's a problem we haven't had in the past. You know, like I said in my prior videos, guys, the problem with the Raiders is that not that the starters are shit, is that their depth is terrible. You know, once the first stringers get hurt, it's when the second and third stringers come in and they're not up to par and they don't do really well. So that's an area that we've really improved in all aspects of the team. Second string, third string, we have a lot of depth this year in the wide receiver room, in the defensive backfield, and in the defensive line. You know, in the edge rushers room, we have a lot of good edge rushers this year. So let's really see who makes a name for themselves this game against the Cowboys in that wide receiver room. And another position group that I want to keep an eye on is the cornerback position. You know, at the start of training camp, Jacorian Bennett was killing it. There was a lot of hype coming out of this 5th-round rookie from Maryland. And since the preseason, since we've been playing the Rams and the Niners, the hype has died down a little bit. So I hope we see a lot of run from him against the Cowboys. Maybe he could get an interception. I want to see some plays. I want to see a pass breakup, possibly interception from him. You know, make a name for yourself, my guy. You know, let Raider Nation know who you are, baby. Come on. It's the preseason, guys. You know, right here is make it or break it time. You know, it's guys are fighting for their life right here. Either, you know, for some of these guys, they might not ever see a football field again. So lay everything you got on the line. You know, show us you want to be a Raider. Show us that you got what it takes to make this roster. I want to see an ass whooping. You know, the last 2 games, you know, we've been getting after the quarterback. We've been causing turnovers. I want to see that trend continue. You know, in order for us to be a successful team in the season, we need to make good habits right now. We need to get turnovers. We need to score points. We can't commit penalties. We can't commit turnovers. You know, I feel like football is a game of habits. So if we get into these good habits right now in the preseason, these good habits will continue in the season, guys. So let's keep this shit up. Let's go, Raider Nation. So that's it for this video. You know, like I said in the beginning, please hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers. And can I get a Raiders? And until next time, Raider Nation, peace.